This is the morning of day 1 of my 5-day fast. And I just wanted to take a minute just to kind of talk about my expectations as far as how I'm going into the fast. And I'm just curious to see how it goes. I've never done an extended fast before. The longest I've ever done is probably like 27, 28 hours, maybe even 30, just accidentally from, just eating one meal a day. But I wanted to do a 5-day fast, not for weight loss purposes, because right now I'm just simply maintaining my weight loss. So the only reason I really wanted to do this was for the cancer prevention benefits that I've read about. This is not something I would recommend for just anybody to do. You certainly want to talk to your doctor and make sure that you are healthy, understand all the risks, really research it for yourself. But I've been planning to do this for almost a year now, but it kept getting put off and everything. So I'm expecting that this will be really challenging. I'm not sure if it's gonna be really, really hard or really, really easy. I have a feeling it's gonna be really hard. The thing that I foresee as being the biggest challenge is gonna be the sleep. I think that the not eating is going to be pretty simple because I've had so much practice with just not eating, because a lot of times, during OMAD or, while you're eating OMAD, you feel hunger. Like if you don't eat enough the day before or whatever, I've learned how to deal with hunger. So I think that's going to be not so much of a challenge. I could be wrong on that though. We'll see what the next videos look like. But I'm mainly concerned about sleep because I have a very hard time sleeping if I'm hungry. And so I'm really, I'm not sure if throughout this process, if I start having problems sleeping, then the next day will be harder to deal with as far as like mentally dealing with hunger, and then mentally thinking if I just ate something, then I could maybe sleep better and then I could be more productive. So this will be a challenge, I think. So those are just kind of the things that I can foresee, and I'll update you soon. So right now I'm at about 27 hours of fasting, so I'm really not further than I normally would be, not by much. Normally I'm going about 24 hours each time between meals, and so the real challenge is going to come in a few minutes, I think, when I try to go to bed. I do feel tired, so or as far as just I'm ready for sleep. I don't feel exhausted or anything. I do have a slight headache that started this evening. I'm going to try my best to not have Tylenol, just because I would like for my body to not have any medications right now. But we'll see. I would rather take a Tylenol and get some sleep rather than not get any sleep. So we'll see. But the actual not eating for this first meal, at least, was really easy. I even sat at the table with my kids and my husband because they wanted me there, and it was actually not tempting at all. I didn't have an overwhelming need to eat or feel even really hungry at all. So so far so good. So this is day 2 of my 5-day fast, and so last night was sort of challenging. I had a headache that lasted from yesterday evening until about 1:30 in the morning. I woke up at about 11:30 and could not go back to sleep, and mainly because of the headache. I don't think it was because of hunger. I really haven't felt any hunger yet, which is really weird. But anyway, the headache, I just kind of laid there, and I didn't really want to take Tylenol. I was trying really hard not to, and eventually the headache actually just kind of wore off, which I couldn't remember ever having had that happen. Normally I just pop a Tylenol and it goes away, and if I don't, then it just lingers until I do. But yeah, so I was able to just go to sleep after that, and then when I woke up this morning, I didn't have a headache, and I'm still not hungry. My energy levels are good. I'm out here doing my 6 miles. And I was cold last night. That was something that was different. I was really cold. I wouldn't say ridiculously cold, but I was colder than normal when I got in bed. But then today I actually feel a bit warmer, even though I've got a hooded sweatshirt on. It's actually pretty cold out here. And so that's all for right now. Okay, so this is Tuesday evening at about 7:45. So that's about 50 hours of fasting so far, just a little over 2 days. And right now, I don't really feel hungry. My stomach started to growl just a little bit right before I started recording this video, but I really still haven't yet to feel like any true like hunger, like an overwhelming like, oh, I gotta eat something. I've not felt that. I do feel a slight headache coming on though, so that should be interesting. I'm really hoping that it'll kind of fade away. I've had 3 cups of coffee today, like I normally do, black coffee again. And I had 3 cups yesterday, and yesterday I also had a little bit of unsweetened tea when I was sitting at the dinner table with my kids and husband. So and then today I again sat per their request, sat at the dinner table, and actually it was completely fine. Like, that has been surprising to me, that I really don't feel deprived. I'm sitting there, they're eating. I kind of thought that would be like torture, but it really wasn't. I do enjoy the smells of food still. Like they were having quesadillas tonight and it smelled really good, but I didn't feel really hungry sitting there. So so far the big challenges are not hunger. It's just more like the headache, the slight headache. I had a little bit of one earlier today. It kind of felt like just almost like the beginning of a headache, but it never came to fruition. But right now, like, the more I'm thinking about it, the more it's starting to hurt. So tonight I'm interested to see how I sleep, because I do feel tired. I don't feel like, I think my energy levels were pretty good today. I accomplished a lot. Like, I was very, very productive because I've been trying to keep myself busy and not focus on eating. So that has been kind of interesting to see. Like, I am tired right now. It's about 7:42, but it gets dark early now, so it's like, that makes sense. And it's about the time I would normally get tired anyway and be ready to kind of start heading off toward bed. So we shall see what tomorrow brings. So this is the morning of day 3. At this point, I've been fasting for about 62 hours. Last night, again, I woke up. I didn't have too much trouble going to sleep last night, but then in the middle of the night, about 1 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and I was having some like just real achiness in the small of my back. It was actually really similar to what I experienced during the 100,000 steps that I did in a single day, where it was just this achy feeling all the way down from the small of my back down to my legs. I looked it up and tried to figure out, what that might be from other people who have done extended fasting. Couldn't really find a good explanation. A lot of people said, they had even been drinking like electrolyte type, keto aid type things, still experienced it. So I haven't been drinking anything other than water, black coffee, and I think I had like a couple of glasses of unsweetened tea on the first day. So I haven't had any extra salt. I did do a Epsom salt foot bath the first night. And so but the pain kind of eased off, or it's really more achiness than I would say pain, just enough to, again, kind of like with that headache the first night, just enough to make it hard to go back to sleep. But I did go back to sleep. And then this morning I woke up. I'm feeling, I think not as energetic. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure if I'm still trying to wake up, although I think I've been awake for a couple hours at this point and I still feel kind of tired. So so we shall see what the rest of the day holds. I have been walking 6 miles a day. I'm about to go walk 6 more this morning, and then we'll see how I feel after that. And I'm still not feeling any hunger as of 62 hours into the fast. I'm just not feeling hungry. Okay, so right now this is the end of day 3. I've been fasting for about 75 hours now, and so today actually was not too difficult as far as, like, I still have not felt hungry, which is mind-blowing to me. I really thought that by this point I would be feeling hungry, but so far, no. The only things that I experienced today that were a little bit like more challenging were I felt at one point I was afraid a migraine was coming on because I was getting some visual like sometimes right before I get a migraine I'll have these little like bright light kind of things that are in my vision, or almost like when you look at a cell phone especially, there's like these little kind of visual disturbances. I started kind of feeling that right before my walk, but it went away. I did drink some like what I think is called keto aid. Basically, I took like a quarter, well, actually like an eighth of a teaspoon of new salt or no salt, like it's just potassium, and a eighth of a tablespoon of salt, and I put that in a bottle of water and I just mixed it up and I drank it slowly on my walk because I really don't want to start cramping up. That's the main thing. And so far I haven't. I was feeling a little bit of weakness in my like calf muscles, just slightly. I kind of thought I don't really want to start cramping. So and I felt good after my walk. And then all throughout the day, I felt pretty good. I felt maybe tired, not too bad because I was able to do, I recorded a video today and I recorded my YouTube live, which is an hour long. An odd thing, normally I sweat during those, but I didn't sweat at all, which I wonder if that means that I should drink more water, or maybe I was just, I don't know, more, I don't know, maybe it's the fasting that makes it so I don't sweat as much. I don't feel dehydrated, but I am normally I'm not the type of person to really like push fluids, like, you know, like I just drink to thirst, but I've been trying to drink a bit more, like a few bottles of water a day, and I drink my 3 cups of coffee. I think I'm fine as far as that goes. I'm paying attention to the color of my urine just to make sure that it's not worrisome. I've had a little bit of soreness in my back. Nothing too bad, but I'm curious to see how I sleep tonight. So that is day 3 on the books. So this is officially the start of day 4. I've been fasting at this point for about 86 hours, I think. I'm trying not to really count the hours or anything like that. Just, you know, I know that tomorrow at about 5:30, that's when I plan to eat. I'm still not feeling any hunger, which I think is just wild. Like, I really thought I would feel a lot more hunger by this point, but I don't. I'm interested to see what tomorrow's like. But last night I actually slept really well. I fell asleep quickly. I had to wake up at one point during that, but that was only because my 6-year-old was crying, so I needed to go parent him back to sleep. But other than that, I slept really soundly. I didn't have any real pain. The lower part of my back is maybe slightly achy. It's really barely even noticeable. I did yesterday have a little bit of lightheadedness, like if I stood up too quickly. And so what I've been doing for that is just to, well, I did have the 1 bottle of keto aid yesterday, which is just water, salt, and potassium. But today, or yesterday evening, I had salt. I would just like put some salt in my hand and lick it, like maybe a quarter teaspoon or something like that. Just to kind of hopefully balance my electrolytes. I read that, you know, one thing is like if your blood pressure is low, that's usually why you kind of have that lightheadedness. So salt helps raise your blood pressure a little bit, is what I've read. So that's what I've been doing, and it seemed to really help. I don't really have any weakness, although like my calf muscles, I'm starting to feel like they're a little fatigued maybe. I am walking 6 miles a day still, so I'm curious to see how I feel after my 6 miles today. But my head feels good. Like I don't feel like I have a headache or anything. I feel really well rested today. I think I have more energy already today than I felt yesterday at the same time, which is so wild, again, because not eating anything. So that's my experience so far. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I mean, and last night again, I sat with my family as they ate because they want me to sit with them, so, which is so funny. Like, I would think that it would make them feel more uncomfortable, but they want me to be there. So, and I'm actually happy that I'm doing that I'm sitting there with them. I think the most challenging part of this fast so far has been that there's nothing to break up the day. You know, like if you're eating 3 meals a day, there's like, okay, lunchtime or breakfast, lunch, dinner, and you're just breaking up your day. When you go to 1 meal a day, like I've been doing for a long time now, you have all this productive time until supper, and then you have this break. And when you have no meals at all, there's like nothing to really break up the day. And even like coffee, like black coffee is like, it's not filling at all. Like I normally have half and half in it, but in this fast I've had just black coffee, and it doesn't really break up the day. It just feels like not a treat or anything. It's nice to see the light at the end of the tunnel, like, okay, tomorrow is it. And of course, if I feel at any time bad during this, my plan is to just say I'm done. But right now I feel fine. My daughter came in here just a minute ago, and she had made a mug cake. Like she had mixed up the ingredients for a mug cake, which is this like chocolate cake in a coffee cup. And you do it in the microwave. And she's like, "Here, Mom, smell this." And man, I'm gonna tell you, it smelled really good. So, but it made me laugh because I mean, even though it smelled really good, I didn't really have that big of a desire to eat it. It was just like a, oh wow, that smelled really good. So anyway, that's my progress so far. So right now I'm at like hour 96, and I was just gonna show you. I'm sitting here, and Jay feels really bad right now that he's eating, and I'm not. And it's so funny because it's not hard. Like I really thought that by this time I would be like hungry, you know, like really, really hungry, and I'm just not. Like I've sat here each night, not eating supper. So, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and this is Thursday. And I'm just not hungry. It's really easy. I mean, I was messing with him earlier, like really smelling of his food, and he feels so bad. So, but, you know, I really did, like, I'm surprised. Like, and today actually has been an easy day, I would say. Like, not much pain at all. The only thing that's not worrisome, but just kind of like annoying, is like my calf muscles are just feeling. It's like the feeling you feel after you ran for the first time in a long, long time. Like the next day, how you feel, like those sore calf muscles. That's the only symptom I'm having right now. No headaches. Not feeling tired. I'm actually feeling pretty energetic, which is interesting. So that's how I'm feeling right now. We'll see how tomorrow goes. I'm very interested to see how I sleep tonight, and how I do tomorrow, knowing that I'm going to eat at like 5:30. So we shall see. I'm going to be driving for a long time tomorrow too. So, and of course, if I feel bad, I will end the fast early. But so far, I'm feeling great. So this is the last morning of my fast. I'll be breaking it at 5:30 tonight if everything goes to plan. I slept well last night. I didn't actually wake up at all, but I did wake up earlier today. I woke up at like 4:30. I tried to go back to sleep and I couldn't. So, but I did, like when I woke up, I feel rested and I feel alert. I have a little bit of achiness in my lower back, not much. My calf muscles feel better this morning. Still not feeling any hunger, which is still weird. Occasionally my stomach will kind of growl, but as far as just feeling hungry, I don't. I do feel like there's maybe a slight headache coming on, but I'm about to have coffee, and so I think that will help. Okay, so I have officially finished my, well, I technically haven't eaten yet, so I'm about to break my 5-day fast. It is currently like, I'm gonna look at my watch here, 6:35, which means I have fasted for 5 days and 1 hour, which is 121 hours, right? So So, my thoughts. It was actually really easy. I didn't understand, I thought it was going to be much harder than what it actually was. Hunger, I mean, I started to feel like ready to eat when I was at Walmart I was buying food, which was funny because like I could have broken the fast at 5:30, but we need to go buy food. So I didn't have really, I can't really think of any time where I felt true hunger, like, oh, I gotta eat something. Just didn't happen this entire time. I mean, maybe maybe I'm forgetting some things, and so the day one may contradict me when you see that. But I really didn't experience too many negative symptoms. Like, the only thing today was some back achiness. I drove for like 3 hours today, which I was nervous about doing when I first decided to do this fast. I thought, I don't know, like driving while you're fasting, I wasn't sure, but I did research it, just so I could kind of see what other people have experienced, because I get a lot of value out of other people have done what you're going to do. Like, go look and see what their experiences have been. And so this one truck driver was like on day 16 of a fast, and I thought, and he said he had never felt more focused while he was driving. And my whole philosophy through this whole thing was, if I ever start to feel bad, I will stop. That's something that Jason Fung says all the time. And so I felt great today, though. I like, my energy levels were good. I was still very productive, and like I said, no hunger, and the achiness in the back was okay. I walked my 6 miles every single day, and even after my 6 miles today, I felt really good. Like, I was afraid that I would feel really, really drained. I thought that, that's going to be pretty taxing, but it really wasn't. It was really quite easy. My calf muscles felt good today, which is interesting. I thought that was very interesting, that they could feel sore, and then not feel sore even before I ate. That's just really cool to me. So I think the main thing that was challenging was the not eating with my family. Not so much, like, it wasn't hard to just sit there and not eat while they were eating. The thing that was challenging was not partaking in the meal with them and having that kind of fellowship, and just not having that true break in your day. Like, just that, okay, I've eaten supper and now the day's kind of winding down. I kind of had trouble winding my day down because of that. So and today, the only thing I had today, of course, was black coffee, and I did have one thing of keto aid, and then water to quench my thirst whenever I felt it. So it was a great experience, and it was eye-opening, I would say. And I am curious to see how it goes with breaking the fast. I'm going to break it with some like bread and meats and cheeses and stuff. And I'm going to take it really easy as I go. Like, I'm not going to eat fast. I'm just going to eat really slow and just kind of take it one bite at a time. I'm not too nervous, but I've heard you fill up really quickly after a fast like this. So we'll see. I don't know. So this is the day after I broke my fast, and the actual breaking of the fast, I just broke it with regular food. I had it was kind of like a cheese board we did last night, with like roast beef, and like there was some French bread and cream cheese and pickles and blue cheese and a Kerrygold cheese, and a few peanut butter M&Ms. And I gotta say, I mean, I know a lot of people are like, break it with bone broth, and I just I don't do bone broth or anything, so I was hopeful that it wouldn't cause any weird symptoms, and it didn't. Like, I was fine. I took it really slow as I was eating, but I haven't had any kind of weird digestive things, or I felt really good after I was kind of, I think, even hyper almost. But I felt really good. I feel good today, this morning. I slept well last night. I slept very soundly. And the only thing after I ate was I had a little bit of pain under my left rib cage, just a little bit, and it went away. But that was the only thing that I was like, that's odd. And this morning I had coffee with half and half for the first time, and I gotta say, nothing makes you appreciate having coffee with half and half, like not being able to have coffee with half and half for 5 days. Like having to drink black coffee was disgusting and I hated it. And I only drank it so that I wouldn't get caffeine headaches. This may be TMI for some of you, but as far as bowel movements go, on Monday I had one, and then nothing until this morning. And I was kind of concerned that there may be dumping syndrome, which is like when you get severe diarrhea after you break a fast with certain foods, but I didn't experience that. Everything's a-okay. And also my plan this morning, I wasn't really sure if I would be hungry or not after breaking the fast. I mean, because I didn't eat a whole lot last night. Like I think I probably ate a normal amount as far as what I normally eat. But my plan was, if I'm hungry today, I'll go ahead and eat. But so far, I gotta say, I'm not hungry. So I think I'll be able to do OMAD today. And it seems like I'll just go right back to my normal schedule. So to wrap up my 5-day fast, so I ended up fasting for 121 hours before I broke the fast. I walked at least 6 miles every day with a total of 32.87 miles logged while I was fasting. And I lost 11.6 pounds while I was doing this 5-day fast. Now, that's probably mostly water weight. My starting weight was a little bit higher because the day before I'd had a lot of like sugary things. So I assume that most of that weight will kind of rebound over the next week or so. So that was my experience with a 5-day fast.